Hi there, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Miguel. Gym time, Martinez Juarez. Right now it's gym time. I'm always changing it, but I think it's because we evolve. We're always changing our new self-concept. And right now that's the self-concept that I've created, that's resonated. Now, in this video, I'm gonna go over the book, The Edinburgh Lectures on Mental Science by Thomas Troward. We're gonna go over chapter 5, further considerations regarding subjective and objective mind. I think he should have titled this differently, like how to use the subjective mind, because this is where he's laying out the blueprint to use it, and he gives you the blueprint. So let's get right into it, okay? This is the quote that I want to share. This might be the only quote because I don't want to get like too into the quotes, and I just want to share the main idea. Okay, the main idea is how to use thought and first cause, which is the universal mind, or intelligent spirit, to create physical things. Okay, here's the the quote that I want to use. The conscious use of the creative power of thought consists in the attainment of the power of thinking in the absolute. And this can only be attained by a clear conception of the interaction between our different mental functions. Okay? So that's the first part of the quote. You must know our mental functions. We have conscious and subconscious. Now, further on the quote. For this purpose, the student cannot too strongly impress upon himself that subjective mind, on whatever scale, is intensely sensitive to suggestion, and as creative power works accurately to the externalization of that suggestion, which is most deeply impressed upon it. If then we would take any idea out of the realm of the creative, let me say that again. If then we would take any idea out of the realm of the relative, where it is limited and restricted by conditions imposed upon it through surrounding circumstances, and transfer it to the realm of the absolute, where it is not thus limited. A right recognition of our mental constitution will enable us to do this by a clearly defined method. I'm going to repeat that one again because this might have passed by your mind, okay? If then we would take any idea out of the realm of the relative, where it is limited and restricted by conditions imposed upon it through surrounding circumstances, and transfer it to the realm of the absolute, where it is thus not limited, a right recognition of our mental construction will enable us to do this by a clearly defined method. So then he goes into the method. He explains, in that quote, he's saying, if we were to take out any idea of the limitations of time and space, okay, we can have it in our minds, okay? So what we're going to do is use our imagination. Although he doesn't say imagination, he says a spiritual prototype. We must think about something as having a spiritual prototype. Here he goes. The object of our desire is necessarily first conceived by us, bearing some relation to existing circumstance, which may or may not appear favorable to it. And what we want to do is to eliminate the element of contingency and attain something which is certain in itself. He's saying we want something. When we want something, usually we see something in circumstance, or we relate it to circumstance, so it's limited. But we have to put it where it's not limited. To do this is to work upon the plane of the absolute, and for this purpose, we must endeavor to impress upon our subjective mind the idea of that which we desire, quite apart from any conditions. Okay. The simplest practical method of gaining the habit of thinking in this manner is to conceive the existence in the spiritual world of a spiritual prototype of every existing thing, which becomes the root of the corresponding external existence. And we thus habituate ourselves to look on the spiritual prototype of as the essential being of the thing, and the material form as a form of and the material form as the growth of this prototype into our expression. Then we shall see that the initial step to the production of any external fact must be the creation of a spiritual prototype. Okay, so what's the method, right? We want to manifest stuff from spirit or from thought to physical. And here's what he says. And a still greater teacher has said, all things, quote, all things whatsoever ye pray and ask for, believe that ye have received them, and ye shall have them. Mark X1, 24. Okay. RV. I don't know what RV stands for. A Roman version? I don't know. The Mark X1, 24. Okay. The difference of the tenses in this passage is remarkable. The speaker bids us first to believe that our desire has already been fulfilled, and that it is a thing already accomplished. And then its accomplishment will follow as a thing in the future. This is nothing else than a concise direction for making use of the creative power of thought by impressing upon the universal subjective mind the particular thing that we desire as an already existing fact. So I read up to that part. That the next video might be part 2 of this chapter, but it's only like about a page left, so I'm not sure because it might be repetitive. So look, that passage that the Bible states, all things whatsoever you pray and ask for, believe that you have received them, and ye shall have them. So first, believe that it's already accomplished in the spiritual plane, in the thought plane. Okay. Say it again. Believe that it's already done, or in the spiritual plane, in the thought plane, the non-physical plane. And then you will have them. I'm getting kind of chills right now. You must come from this understanding. Okay? Knowledge creates understanding. Understanding allows you to manifest. Because you can't just know how to manifest without understanding how to manifest and having this knowledge. You're already doing it. We've all done it. But we forget and we only think about the external. I'm going to wrap this up pretty soon because I don't want to be coughing too much. I had gotten sick about a month ago, then I got sick again last week. It's crazy. I know Flora, who also does manifesting videos and content and businesses, got sick too. I don't know what the hell's going on, but yeah. And these help. They prevent me from coughing. I already feel good, you know? I already feel good. But I think it's also because I'm working out a lot too. I love to work out. So yeah, ask and believe. Ask, believe, receive. Ask, know what you want. Believe that you have received it in the spiritual plane, and you will receive it in the physical, because then you will receive it, because when we say and then, because you're in time and space, your body is in time and space. He explains that what we're doing is trying to bring a physical thing into creation, right? But what we really are doing is having a thought and bringing it to physical reality. Okay, so from the universal mind or the subjective mind to physical reality. Two extremes, non-physical, physical. And we are in between the subjective mind and the physical. You could pretend like there's like something right here cutting me in half like this. Here's the subjective and here's the objective, right? Mind. The objective mind is in time and space. Okay, I know this is where I can start feeling and knowing what I want, what I don't like. And so once I know what I do like, I bring into using my conscious mind, I go into the plane of the non-physical, the spiritual plane, or you could call it the thought plane, and see the thing accomplished. See myself already with it. Okay, I'm looking at my hand on the screen, so see myself already with it. Okay, and believe that it's already mine. Okay, with cheerful expectancy. There's another chapter, causes and conditions, where he talks about like the steps, but he's basically saying, believe it's already done, stay in a high frequency, stay in a state of joy, look out for the signs they're saying that they're coming, and then it'll show up. Just follow the steps, follow the hunches, follow the road that unfolds before you. Okay, see it as a sprout of the seed that you put in the absolute, the subconscious mind. Okay, and don't worry about the actions you take. Just take the fucking actions. Don't be anxious, because it'll destroy this idea. Okay, because this idea is getting you in a positive frequency. This understanding gives you 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 positive frequency. Why? Because you have whatever you desire now, and you know the laws. You know that thought focused on, okay, focus on perception, especially in the spiritual plane, brings it into physical manifestation. It's already there. It's already yours. Okay? So you're in a positive vibration, and they see the hunches, you're still in a positive vibration. It doesn't go your way, you're still in a positive vibration. You know it's going to come. You know it's coming. You have faith in the laws. You have faith in the universe, in the subconscious mind, in the universal mind, whatever you want to call it, the creative mind, the intelligent spirit over here. Okay? And then you, because you're mine as well, you're in the subconscious, you're in the universal mind, you're in the non-physical, but your body and your five senses are out here. This is how we're creating. So we're kind of like conduits of the universal mind, trying to just enjoy sex, food, cars, life in general. You know what I'm saying? So relax, close your eyes, say you're going into the spiritual realm. I say the spiritual gym. Okay, I say the non-physical gym, and everything there is real. Believe that you have it already, and you shall receive them. I'm gonna read the quote, and I'm gonna end this, okay? But when you meditate, make sure when you visualize, you should make sure you relax. Take a couple deep breaths. I like the 4-6-6 method. Also count down. I say when I count down to 0, I'm going to be in the perfect state to manifest. Another great book that I like for staying on a positive frequency is Positive Thinking by I think it's Jordan Peele or something like that. But The Power of Positive Thinking. Vincent Jordan Peele, I forget, but it's The Power of Positive Thinking. Okay. Quote: all things whatsoever ye pray and ask for, believe that ye have received them, and ye shall have them. When you pray, you're in the universal mind. You're in the non-physical gym. You're in the spiritual gym. When you pray, Neville Goddard says when your prayer is assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled in imagination. Okay? In imagination, which is the non-physical place. Abraham Hicks calls it your workshop. You pray and ask for, when you've created that image, the object, the spiritual prototype, you've asked for it. Believe that you have it, believe that it's yours already, it's there, and ye shall receive them physically. So end of that for now. Hope you like this video. If you want me to help you with manifesting, I haven't really set the prices. I switch it up for people, but it is a high price to get my coaching, because it's the only way that you will value it. You're gonna find out once you get the money. Once you get the money for my coaching, you're like, and then you reflect maybe a year, 5 years later, you're like, damn, I was always abundant. I didn't believe I could get that money, and I got it. And then Miguel taught me all this stuff. it impacts you. You take it with you for the rest of your life. Just like right now with Bob Proctor, I'm like, wow. At that time, I was just in a frenzy of like getting all that information, but I was just in a different vibration at that time. And now I'm just like, things are just unfolding like amazingly. And no matter what comes up, I'm in a positive vibe, positive outlook. And I'm always thanking my coach, and my coaches, different coaches that I've received. But Bob Proctor is one of the best ones for sure. Okay, he passed away, but I'm here to pass down his information that he learned, so that we can create the next generation of manifestors and enjoy an amazing life with everybody here on this planet. Okay, so I hope you like this one. Until next time, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want my coaching, click the description below. You'll have a link right there. And I'll talk to you later. Peace.